Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple of weeks because it's been freezing outside, too cold for riding. But I noticed the temperature has just gone above 5 degrees C, which is my little unofficial line. So I'm off for a quick ride. Just being a little careful in case there are any patches left that could possibly be frozen. But I wanted to try out the hand grips again and let you know what I think. So what do they like to use, and importantly, do you need them? Are they luxury, nice to have, or essential? Well, first off, let me say these things are brilliant. I like them very much indeed. And just a couple of minutes they've been switched on now, and they're already feeling warm. I can feel them through the gloves. I've gone with the waterproof but not very thick Furigan Jet gloves. Now, after I tried them out for the first time with the summer gloves, it was a bit weird to have the back of your hand freezing cold and the inside warm. So, you know, why not wear some sensible, slightly warmish gloves, but just have the grips to help you out. Now, everything I've got to say about temperature and climate really depends on where you live. So obviously I'm talking about the United Kingdom or somewhere with the same kind of climate. Are heated grips an essential? It depends really. If you want to be able to ride all year round, or you want to commute and you want to be able to commute as much of the year as possible, I might say yes. For the price, less than £100, which is a very reasonable add-on to the bike, yeah, I'd say they probably are. If you just want to go out for a Sunday afternoon ride, if the weather's nice, and you're happy to put the bike away for the winter, then no, they're not essential. I always said in this country, in this climate, you can ride all year round, you just can't ride every day. So right now in January, there are plenty of days where it's freezing, or so close to freezing that personally I wouldn't want to take the risk. But there are always days every now and then where the temperature gets high enough, like it is right now, where you can go for a ride. But when you do, I just find it's the hands that let me down first. Even with the thick gloves on, after about half an hour, 40 minutes, you really want to go in. So the heated grips just sort that right out. Here, let's turn them up a little. Ooh, lovely. So if you've got some warm gear for the rest of the body, you can really extend your rides. Now, it doesn't mean that you can ride your bike in any and all weathers, and like I said, I just don't choose to ride it when there's any chance of ice. I'm sure that's just me being a softie. I'm sure if you live up in Canada and have a YouTube channel about bikes, you probably ride in the snow and ice, but that's just one of my little ways of making biking safer. Yeah, so in this climate, the heated grips are going to extend your riding season, make it possible for you to commute more days throughout the winter, if that's what you want to do. What they don't do, unfortunately, is make your bike totally and utterly winterproof. Right, how do they feel? On the lowest setting down there, yep, I can feel the warmth through these medium thickness gloves, and it's, yeah, just enough it takes the chill off. Feels very nice. We'll turn it up to the middle and I'll give it a minute. Okay, that's been a minute, and yeah, they're feeling really warm. You know, more than enough. Why would you want more? But go on, let's turn this sucker up. Wow, here we go. Right, you see what just happened there? Whew, misting up. See, I stopped the bike there for a moment and the auto shut-off comes on. I had a little look at the manual and read it properly, and here's what I found out. They switch off automatically below 13.5 volts. So when the engine's running and the bike is revving, it should be, the battery is nominally 12 volts, but when the alternator's running and charging it, it should be at about 13.5 or more, and then you've got enough power to run the grips. If the battery is below 13.5, then the unit thinks that the engine's not running and switches off. And I think probably for bigger bikes with bigger alternators, that's fine. At idle speed, the alternator's still producing enough power to run the hand grips. But on this bike, when you come to idle, the voltage drops below 13.5 and the grips don't heat. Well, this is not a major problem because you don't really need to sit there at idle with the hand grips on. As soon as I'm underway like this, revving the engine a bit more than idle, they're fine. And these grips, this is the Hotgrips Evo, which are thermistor controlled, will be drawing maximum current when they are too cold and heating up. And it's working just fine. But it does mean you can't really heat the grips whilst you're sat there at idle. For that reason, on this bike, you might well consider the premium model or the advanced model, because with that you're just choosing quarter power and you're not drawing as much current. In the real world, it just doesn't matter really. It works fine. I guess all I'm saying is if there is a big price difference, probably wouldn't pay much extra for the Evo model over the other two. Oh, right, it's been a few minutes now and it's feeling toasty and warm. I wouldn't say too warm. It's at the top 45 degree setting now, and I wouldn't say the grips are uncomfortably warm. Now I'm up to, well, I'm only going at 35 miles per hour, but you know, the cold air is definitely coming over me now. So not uncomfortably warm, but they certainly don't need to be that warm. Let's go down to the middle. There we go. And this is lovely. I think you should also consider, as a biker, you know, what are you going to do if there's a problem? Afternoon. If you break down for some reason, you know, at least in the car you can sit in the car, or you can carry blankets or stuff. If you were going to go all the way across the country for many hours, I would be slightly concerned about what happens if I'm stuck by the side of the road. But other than that, I really do think I could ride like this indefinitely. The hands are definitely not letting me down. And the temperature out here is 4.3. Alright, well, I hope that was at least a little bit helpful. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my ride. I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.